So you're in the thick of your home buying journey when someone asks if you have considered building a new home instead. When it comes to your first home, should you buy a resale home that's already ready, available to go right now, or should you go with new construction? What a great question. Hi, I'm Bethany and I am a realtor with Keller Palmetto in Columbia, South Carolina. I've been helping home buyers for over 18 years, so I know exactly what you need to know about buying a home. But first, do me a small favor and like this video. And if you want to make your home buying experience a lot easier, keep listening because today I'm going to share what other agents aren't saying about new construction versus a resale home, so you can know which one is right for you. What are some of the benefits of buying a new construction home? The finishes and the designs that the builder are offering, they're already going to be popular and current. So you do not have to worry about cosmetic finishes and floor plans that are 20 years past their prime. In some cases, you can even pick your floor plan, some of your features and upgrades, and a lot of your own cosmetic finishes. So not only are the finishes current, but you could personalize the home to a certain extent to your own specific taste. Another benefit that buying a new home offers is that a lot of builders are willing to pay your closing cost, and they often offer a commission for a buyer's agent. New construction is also going to come with a builder's warranty on the structure and other work, as well as, manufacturer warranties on different components of the home, like the heating and air system, your appliances, the water heater, and those types of mechanicals. Other benefits of new homes. A lot of these new communities, they just have really great amenities. They might have sidewalks, pools and playgrounds, tennis courts, open air sports fields. Sometimes they even have dog parks now. So that could be really nice for people that are looking to have activities to do that are right there in the neighborhood close to home. And then an often overlooked benefit, and this is so nice coming from someone who purchased a new construction home a few years ago, it is just so nice to walk into your home and everything is done and ready to go. You do not have to worry about, I don't like the paint color, so I need to change that. Or, I don't like these floors, so I'm gonna have to save up and change that too. It is so nice that the home is done. And not only is it done and ready, but you're not going to have to worry about substantial repairs or replacements for a really long time. I mean, it could be 20, 30 years before you need a roof, 10 plus years for a heating and air system or water heater. And a lot of times for first-time buyers, that is a huge sigh of relief to know that you're coming into a new home without any major problems and not needing to really do any work. And because of this, new construction can make the cost of home maintenance and home ownership a lot more affordable for you as a home buyer. So I'm curious to know, what is it that has you most excited about buying new construction? Drop me a comment and make sure you keep listening because I'm going to get a little controversial in a few minutes. But are there any downsides to buying a new home? Yes, there are a few, and these are the things that a lot of agents are not talking about. And the on-site agent that works for the builder, they definitely are not going to tell you the downsides, right? So one of the drawbacks is going to be that you are not going to have 100% control over the floor plan and the construction process, or to a certain extent, even the options and the upgrades that you can choose from, unless you are working with a true custom home builder. And most first-time buyers are not shopping in that kind of a price range where you are working with a truly custom builder and you can have anything you want done to the home. A lot of times with new construction, especially if they're building it from the ground up for you, builders are generally not willing to negotiate on the price quite as much as an owner-occupied resale home would be. That's not always the case, but if you're in a hot seller's market and it's low inventory, builders, they don't have any incentive to cut the price, especially if they're building it from scratch for you with all the color and design features that you want. And that can be a really big disappointment when you don't have a lot of negotiating room as a buyer. Another thing that you want to think about is construction noise. Depending on the size of the neighborhood and how much construction and development is left, you need to be prepared that there's going to be noise. Thankfully, it's not going to be during evening hours. It'll probably be, Monday through Saturday, maybe 7 a.m. until, 6 or 7 p.m. But it's something to think about, especially in our current work from home digital age. Depending on how old the neighborhood is, especially if it's in the really early stage of construction, there also will not be much of a track record for the neighborhood performance as far as your resale value is concerned. And I'm a numbers person. I really like to have data and information to make my decision. So it would be hard for me personally to come into a completely brand new construction neighborhood, especially early on, and buy a new home, not really knowing what direction that the neighborhood is going to go in terms of value and appreciation and resale. Another thing dealing with your resale value is, depending on the stage of construction and development for the neighborhood, that builder could be in there for many, many more years to come, continuing to build homes. And builders tend to improve their process. They continue to build more energy efficient homes, and changing buyer needs and wants eventually have to be met. So builders start adding more things that become included as a standard feature. And it can be a challenge for resale if the builder is still building the exact same home, brand new, with more bells and whistles for the same price that you want to sell your home, for if it's 5 years down the road and they're still going hard and strong building homes there. So something to look at is to see how much land is left to develop on, how many more homes are they planning on building, and if there's a ballpark idea on the time frame for how long it's going to take them to finish out. When builders pay your closing costs, that is truly a great benefit to you as the buyer, but you also need to be aware of how that actually works, because it's not always as much of a benefit as you think. A lot of times builders say, we'll pay your costs if you use our preferred lender and closing attorney. And a lot of times the builder is not actually coming out of pocket those thousands of dollars to pay your closing cost. What they are actually doing is they're sending all of their business to one or two particular lenders, and in return, they say that you're going to waive all or a portion of your costs to the buyer. But the thing is, businesses and the people that work for them, they still have to make money. So these lenders compensate for that cost decrease by raising your interest rate a little bit so they can make their money on the back end. So yes, you do not have to pay your closing costs, but your interest rate might be a little bit higher, and that's going to cost you more in your monthly payment for however long you live in and own the home. So please understand exactly how the closing costs are getting paid and shop around. Make sure that you are getting the best combination of interest rate and closing cost and good quality service from the lender. And that might be an area for you to negotiate with the builder on, or even to go back and negotiate with the builder's preferred lender and say, hey, I've shopped around and I know that you're the builder's preferred lender, but this other company over here is willing to give me a loan at 0.5%, lower interest rate. Are you willing to match it? And a lot of times they will, because most buyers do not do their research and their homework and they don't shop around. And then in reverse, when you're shopping around, if you want the other outside lender to lower their cost, they may be able to increase the rate a little bit to cover costs for you and still be at a lower rate than the builder's preferred lender. Whether you say yes or no to a new home in a new home community, it is crucial to work with a realtor that is familiar with new construction as well as first-time home buyers. And you really want to have an honest discussion with your agent about the builder's reputation and their background, especially when it involves their warranty, their customer service experience, and their longevity. Because if you have an issue with your home, you want to know that the builder is still going to be in business and that they're going to come back and take care of you within your warranty period. You also want to make sure that you have a good lender and a good attorney or title company who's got your back for that part of the process. And you really want to ask your realtor for any information that they can give you on the neighborhood performance as far as values and prices and resale value. How many resales are in the neighborhood? What are those selling for? How long are they staying on the market? And also information about how many phases are left to be developed in the neighborhood and how many homes are left to be built, so that you can get a feeling for how much longer that builder is going to be around and building homes in the neighborhood. When it comes to new construction, you want to realize the benefits, but also be very aware of what some of the drawbacks are so that you are not going in blind and you are making a very informed decision for yourself. Whether you decide to buy a new home or a resale home, home buying is a scary process, but it doesn't have to be. Be sure to click the video on your screen now so you can learn how to overcome your fears about buying your first home.